So let's try on these cream shadow sticks from Focal Lure, and these you get on Amazon. And I was showing you the Focal Lure ones that they have for your face. I have the blush on right now, and I have a little bit of the contour bronzer stick, and I have the highlighter on right now. So this, I tried their face products and I love them. So let's try these and see if these are just as good. And if you didn't watch the video where I showed you this brand from Amazon, I'll show it to you right now, and then I will put it down in my description box below in case you're interested. So how I came onto this brand is I was looking for some products similar to the Boomstick that were inexpensive and that worked well. And I will link the video down below too that I did on these, because they hit my top 10 for the end of the year, and I really like these. So let me briefly show you these, and then we'll try the shadow sticks on. So it comes in a set of 3, and so you get a blush, and you get a highlighter, and you get a bronzer / contour stick. So you get 3 sticks, and these are short. They're not very long, as you can see in comparison to my finger. They're like 3 inches tall, so they travel really well, and they give you quite a bit of product. So this is the contour bronzer stick, so you get plenty there. So I love that little snapper. And they come in a set of 3, and they have different colors based on your skin tone, which is great. So if you're a light skin tone, you order the light. If you're medium, you order the medium. If you're dark, you order the dark. Now, I believe this is the medium because I tend to be light, fair, more fair during the winter, and then during the summer months, I move more into the medium light to medium zone. So this is the set that I got, and I love it. I love the blush, stays on all day. I love this highlighter color. Now all the colors sets are different based on the skin tone that you prefer, but here is the highlighter, and it is this beautiful light, but it's very light, very super subtle. It's not loud. It's just beautiful. You see that little highlight right there? I just kind of put it there on that bone there. See that? And it just kind of gives you this beautiful glow, and you can put it on the tip of your nose or the tip of your chin or wherever you want, just a little instant glow. And they're super creamy and super nourishing. So they're just great for the price and everything. It just checks all the boxes. Kind of like a champagne rather than a too gold of a highlight. And also the second thing you want to really check is the bronzer stick, and make sure that that bronze color is not orange. And this one is not orange at all. See that? It's very neutral. So if you like this color, then you want to go with the one that I got, which I will put down in the link below. The shade range colors are actually located on the bottom of the stick. So this is the combo that I got, 6, 17, 10. And for these, I got the 02 and the 03. And these are considered non-crease formula. And I'm kind of looking for a feel kind of like the caviar stick. So Laura Mercier, I believe, makes the caviar stick. So these are really nice. So far, they're presenting beautifully. They come in this beautiful rose gold packaging. I love that. It looks like it's pretty creamy. So I'm looking for hydration here, but we'll also see how the staying power is. Let's see this highlight color. So they have a few selections. They don't have too many selections. They have a few selections of the set of 2. but I was curious how these would work since I bought the other ones and love them so much. So here's this color. So it's a very light, peachy, kind of pink, champagne pink. I hope the camera's picking that up. Probably not. So we're going to go with the brown and the pink. That's what I chose. It also has a little sponge on the reverse side, which is super duper nice. You can blend with the sponge. So I usually put color here. This is where the darkest color is going to go. And I'm just going to put it on there. It looks like it's going on pretty dark, but we're going to blend it out with the tip that they gave us. Pull that color right down there. I'm going to bring it over a little bit since I have a bit of a hooded lid. I hope I'm not putting too much on. So we're going to start there. And then I'm going to take that end and just blend it in. Now, I'm probably going to be outside today, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to wear since I'm not used to I'm so used to shadows, you know, powdered shadows that you just have way more control, I think. But we'll see. Okay, that's not too bad. Once that's blended in, it looks pretty good. But being outside in the sun, we'll see if it melts off my face or not. I kind of feel like I'm riding a tricycle for the first time because I don't know how to do this. I'm not used to how these behave. They're a little bit different. It says crease proof, so they've got to have some staying power. I'm not liking that. It's kind of like a really dark look on the other side. Trying to blend it. That's why I like powders better, I think, because there's more control on the blending, but it may just be that I'm not used to the cream at this point. So I'm not going to judge that right now because I'm not. It was kind of awkward when I first started using the other sticks too, because I was so used to just putting on my powder blush and again blending and whatnot. So, but I got used to it, and now I love it because it gives my skin the moisture. Like I moisturize my skin, but it sits better on it. Looks like I'm having to do quite a bit of blending here. It's not a one and done. One thing I really like about the cream blush is it looks like you're glowing from the inside out, and same with the highlighter. That's why I do like cream products. And the shadow is doing the same exact thing. It's color, but it's not drying, so it looks pretty good. I've blended it in as best as I can. So let's put the highlighter on it and see how that looks. And I'm going to put that color on my lid. And where you place your shadows is up to your eye shape. It's kind of like a champagne pink, which is really pretty. And then we're just going to put some up underneath here too. I was hoping I could just use these two sticks and not have to put eyeshadow on in addition to this, but I'm thinking I need one more color, just slightly lighter, to go up there. So although this is great on the lid, on the mobile lid, I think I'm going to go grab my powder shadow and add a little bit of light color to the top here. But before I do that, I need to remove that stick color from there. Without taking off my eyebrows. So I'm going to be using this cream color here from my Honeybee talc-free shadows, also available on Amazon. This video is not sponsored. And I'm just adding, see, doesn't that look better? Just a little bit of that lighter color for that part. And I'm also going to take this Honeybee and I'm going to also put it in here too, because I like the inside of my eye to be a tad lighter because my eyes are very small. The eyeshadow is setting up pretty good. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit more up in here and reblend. So it seems like it's a very creamy stick, but then as I continue to blend it, it kind of turns into a shadow, if that makes any sense. It starts to feel more like regular shadow. And it has a pretty good sticking power that I can tell, because when I went back to try to remove that up here underneath my brow in order to add the Honeybee powder to it, it was hard to get off. So I do think this is going to wear quite well. But so far so good. It's just, I have to get used to it. It's different. It's not what I'm used to using. But I'm just going to step out of my box today and see if this works. But so far so good. It feels like there was kind of a dry down on it, but it's still, you know, I can feel it on my lid, but it's not super greasy or tacky. I don't think it's going to move around. So we'll see how it wears today. So I'm just going to go ahead now and put on the rest of my eye makeup. I'm going to go with the Honeybee color here, and I'm going to use it as a liner. And I'm using the e.l.f. flathead brush just to place it on there. Garbage man is out there and it's incredibly noisy, so sorry if that gets picked up on the camera. And then I'm going to put some liner under here. I better go with my, press it into the lashes a little bit. I'm currently not wearing eyeliner all the way to the edge of my eye or in on my eye because my eyes are small. I just placed it in the center of my, underneath my lash line there, and then try to blend out the edges a little bit. I think it works a lot better that way for me, but everybody is different. Like if you have bigger eyes, you can wear the liner all the way across, but when I wear it across, it starts to close down my eye a little bit. So I think it looks better just in that center underneath, and on the center just on top as well. So that's what I do now. It's kind of not standard application, if you will. The Physicians Formula Butter Blowout mascara. This is not sponsored either. And I'm just going to add some to the upper lashes. I'm going to leave the lower lashes undone. Not bad. I could actually see using this lighter champagne pink on a day where I don't want to wear a lot of eye makeup and just putting it on my lids for a little luminosity and then not doing the full eyeshadow. Doesn't retract all the way. So it'll go up, like you could make it go up further, but you can't retract it down. So don't try to retract it down all the way back into the container because it won't go back down. So just leave it like that and put the lid on it. And then you have to be careful that the lid, the sharp lid, doesn't cut into the product. That's one thing I don't like about this at this point, and that it could break off or you could hit it. So that I don't like about it, but I do love the packaging. I do love the price. I do love the consistency of the formula so far. It's not too greasy. It seems like it kind of turns into eyeshadow on your eye. So far so good on that point. As we're doing this, as we go along, I do want to show you the ins and outs of a product when I show it to you. And here's the out of it, what I just talked about. So the tip just broke off. I don't know if you can see it. It's stuck inside the cap now. So it's so delicate because it's a cream eyeshadow. But look at that. It's all completely munched now. I don't think these would be travel friendly at all because they're going to smush. The heat is going to melt these babies so quick. So it will go back, even though it broke off. I stuck it back in there and it'll go back in the tube. But these definitely cannot endure the heat. So if you're going to go to a hot climate, I wouldn't get these. There we go. It is what it is. So I just went to wash the product off the back of my hand and it will come off very easily. I used soap and water and that gold champagne color is still on the back of my hand. So there's no doubt that these do have staying power. So they're not too expensive. If you use them at home, they're fine. If you use the product, make sure you don't hit the lid on the product. And if you don't have it in a hot climate, it should be fine. So now I have worn it all day long and I was in the sun and I worked today, so I probably, sweat a little. And so we're going to see how crease proof this is. So let's take a look and see. It is crease proof for sure. I don't see any creasing on either side. It looks like the color stayed, the luminosity of the pink one stayed on there, and it didn't budge or move very much, and it's not coming off on my finger. So it's got good staying power. Overall, I think it's a good product. I reached for it again and used it a second time since the filming, and it's still, I like it. I like the blendability. I do like the colors. It's a beautiful brown color, but it's not too gold. I like the two colors together. The only bummer is the fact that I didn't have a highlight color, so I had to use a powder to get some under the brow bone highlight going on. But other than that, I do like the wear, and it's not too it's not too dark. The color's fine. I love the blendable tip on the end of the product, and so far I like it. Even though the tip got mush, they're a cream and they're going to behave like a cream. That means you may have some of the smushing going on. Again, I wouldn't have these in your luggage if you're going to a place where it's going to be really hot, because they will probably melt. But for home, I think it's fine. And I do like the packaging, and I do like the price point. I do like the wear. I do like the colors. Let's see how easy it is to remove the color off. Going to go ahead and use my tried and true Vaseline method. Also using a damp cotton round. So it's coming off really easily. I really like the fact that it's not drying. I'm loving that. And I was a little bit awkward when I first put this shadow stick on because I wasn't comfortable with blending it like I do. I'm so used to powder shadows, but actually it's not too bad. I think it blends a lot better than powdered shadow does, actually. Seems to me you could use a less inexpensive cream shadow and have an easier time blending it and not have to buy an expensive type of shadow to have the same level of blending. So it came off, look at how it came off so easy with the Vaseline. So good. Love it. Love the staying power of it. I do like the price, and I have to get used to using it, but I really do like it, and I love that dark chocolate color. I think it's really pretty, especially after it starts to melt into your skin over the course of the day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, click subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. Click like if you like this content. And all of the information will be down in the description box below, along with a few extra things. A lot of times when I get done making a video, I find out more information about a product. And so then I like to add that into my description box. So make sure you check that if you're interested. All right. Thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.